Now, this is an interesting question that I have that I'd like to get y'all feedback on. Is the president of the United States being blackmailed by Ukraine? Why, why you say that, true conductor? Cause now this man want to play pensions. You got homeless people blocks away from the White House that can't get no help, and yet you've sent $100 billion already to Ukraine. That ain't enough to pay pensions. I mean, think about that for a minute, man. That's not enough to pay your $100 billion you done sent. That ain't enough to pay the pensions that they need. And you gonna turn around no? So what are you protecting? I know your son is caught up in some stuff over there, but this is getting to be ridiculous, man. Ukraine is pimping us like we're a hoe or something. That's how they treating us. Like we're a hoe. Like we're supposed to be the ones providing for them. And yet y'all going out still partying, still living the high life off our dollar. And we okay with it. We they'll show us a little, some little fighting going on, but come on, man. Why we got to pay your pension? Why what is it that you holding over this man's head? That he giving you all this money? See, that's a question needs to be asked. Is Ukraine holding something over Biden's head for him to be giving away all this money? And we ain't even accounting for it. And like I said, you got homeless people, man, right here in Washington, D.C. They can't even get help. They ain't in a hotel like me. They out on the street and can't even get help. And you talking about paying a pension for Ukraine. And you can't even help your own people. What's wrong with that picture, man? The American people can't get help. But we can give everybody else all of this aid. But we can't get none ourselves. Why is that? And we footing the bill. We footing the bill. And we can't get our own aid. It's like if you do something for the people, they getting something for nothing. They begging. They taking advantage of you. If you help them out, they using you. If you help them out, this is what we done came to, man. This is what we do. This is what we believe in, and it's only hurting us. See, they're only keeping us divided. Because as long as they keep us fighting us, we can't pay attention to them. You got so many people right now that's hating. They could care less about us paying pensions in Ukraine. Matter of fact, they probably would agree with it. And we can't even take care of people at home. They talking about cutting out Social Security, cutting out Medicare, but you want to pay somebody else's pension. But look at all the services we losing, man. And you still giving all this money away. And we good with it. We okay with it because we won't stand up and protest. We won't speak out. You see, and I dare some of y'all to get on here and tell me you good with us paying pensions over in Ukraine. I dare one of you to get on and say, I'm okay with that. Because you be lying through your teeth. I mean, how much more responsibility we gotta have? How much more we got to do? You know, how much more aid we got to give? How much more time? You can't. That 100 billion ain't enough. Well, well, okay. So let's talk about the migrant issue. See, this is what I find interesting. If somebody's sending you a busload of people that you don't want, why don't you send them back? See, that's what I find interesting. You send them to me. I'm gonna get a bus driver. I'm gonna tip him. I'm gonna pay him. I'm gonna pay him for the trip back, and I'm gonna put a $500 tip on top of it. Man, take these motherfuckers back where you got them from. Okay, that's what you do for me. You take their asses right back. Okay, I don't want them. Take them back. Now what? See, that's how you treat that. See, this accepting because they said send their ass right back. See, that's what I'm surprised ain't nobody done that yet. See all these buses that's going. I'm surprised. They ain't said, nah, we don't want that shit, man. Send this shit back. Send that right back where it came from. Take it back here. Here's some money. Take a tip. Take them jokers right back. See, I'm surprised it hadn't happened because that's certainly what I would do. You send me some shit I don't want, I'm sending it back to your ass. It's just that simple. We can play that game. So let's see who got the deepest pockets. And pretty soon, your constituents gonna get tired of that game. Cause once you get the bus back, now you gonna go. What you gonna do? Send it back to me again? I don't think so. You see, that's what I would do. That's how you all in on them jokers. Send that bus right back. And see, and let me show y'all something. That's why a lot of people don't mess around with DC. Cause DC done figured out riot control. So you come up in DC and you mess around, man, and they have your ass cornered. And you can't go nowhere. Okay? Everybody going to jail. And see, with that wall, obviously, one wall is not enough. See, we need to, on the border, man, we need to put up another structure. That if you get between the two of them, your ass stuck. Only way for you to get out is to go back the way you came, or you're gonna have to walk miles to get another exit. See, that's how you fix that. See, you'll have to walk miles before you can get another, but you ain't coming, you ain't crossing over. And you mean tell me we ain't smart enough, man, to figure out to put a wall that can't be scaled? We not that smart. We don't have that kind of technology. We don't have that kind of creativity. See, when you come down to thinking, see, a lot of folk don't want to use their imagination. So obviously, one wall is not the trick. You need something to put, so let them get stuck in between it. Then they'll learn their lesson. You either gonna go back the way you came or your ass gonna die. Right there. Because we ain't coming to get you. That's for sure. We ain't coming to get your ass. So you can forget about that. Right? That's how you need to do it. And then let's look at the labor situation. See, one of the problems we have is Americans don't want to work these jobs no more that these immigrants are working. Americans don't want to do them jobs no more. And consequently, you got people come in here, you know, and he said, well, two conductors, they ain't making but $4-5 an hour. But when you used to making $4-5 a day, $4-5 an hour is a gold mine. When that's all you used to make in a day for the same amount of work. You see, so that $4-5 an hour to them, man, that's a gold mine. That's why they all pile up in the same house. That's why you see so many of them sharing expenses. You know, because they saving money. But you don't see Americans doing that. All you see Americans doing is fighting. That's all we doing, fighting, man. Fighting each other. These Americans fighting Americans. And foreigners are coming in here taking over. And we still fighting each other. You know, Americans don't own America no more. Y'all do know that, right? We don't own America no more. Foreigners own America, man. You know, Americans had went for the greed. They went for the money. They done sold out America, buddy. We don't own America. See, so and that's what trips me out about all these folks running around here talking about America. Americans don't own America no more. And y'all want to run around here, you know, sticking out your pride and all this here, and foreigners own this country. We don't even own it. But we got so much pride in it. You know, I mean, think about that for a minute. We don't even own it, man. We don't own it no more. Americans don't own America no more. And when you don't own something, then you can be told what to do. See, we don't think that we can have a panic in America, that we can have a crisis in America. I keep telling y'all, man, y'all better pay attention to Nigeria. Nigeria is having a money shortage right now. And y'all can call it racist, you can call it whatever you want, but boy, when they start experimenting with some stuff, they start with this here first. This is what they're going to start with first. See how we going to act. Then it's going to start spreading. And you watch, this currency thing going to start spreading. You're going to have a whole lot of countries going to start defaulting. And people can't get no access to no money. See, and this thing right here going to be worthless when it come down to banking, because you ain't going to be able to do nothing. You ain't going to be able to access nothing. Oh, see, that's why everything's going to apps. You can shut an app down anytime you want. You ain't got no access to it, man. You ain't got no access to it whatsoever. So you short. If you ain't got no money, you ain't got nothing stashed in the house, you short. Now what you gonna do? See, and unfortunately, a lot of y'all don't even think that's possible. A lot of y'all don't think it's even possible that an app can actually shut down your phone and cause a whole panic over the United States of America. Whole world panic. Because they can't communicate. Well, again, why is that? Why are we giving all this aid to immigrants? Why is that? See, that's the question that needs to be asked. Why? And I can tell you why. Because that's free labor. That's what that is right there. That's free labor, man. You watch. You watch. See, they use them benefits to rope them in. But you watch, man. It ain't gonna be long before they gonna say, "Now y'all ain't gonna sit up in here and be fucking and making all these babies, and we paying you benefits," because that's all they doing. All they doing, man, is sitting there making more babies. That's all the immigrants doing on our dime. They sitting up there fucking and having a good time on our dime. Cause you notice how many children you ever see where all them the babies come from? Somebody doing some screwing somewhere. You know, you can't be too scared that you ain't stopped screwing. You talking about you scared you running from your country, but doggone that sure ain't stop you from screwing. You still making babies. So you can't be so scared if you still making babies. I mean, come on, man. Cause if you're scared, you can't function. Shit, if you're scared, buddy, last thing you want to think of is a hard dick, and you scared. Your dick ain't gonna get hard. You scared? Shit, no, it ain't. And yeah, y'all making all these babies, and we taking care of them, cause they call them anchor babies. You know, look at the anchor babies, man. They come up in there. I mean, seriously, you go into some of these Spanish communities, man. You see these girls. They be pushing strollers that's got 2 and 3 babies in them, and they carrying one in their stomach. You know, so you figure and white women ain't having no babies. Black women, they ain't having babies like they used to. So in another 20, 30 years, the Hispanic population is going to be the dominant population of America. Because they're the only ones making babies. And y'all, and that's what you're scared of. Because you see the demise. And it's too late. It's too late now. You can open up the damn door. You let one in, fuck, you screwed, buddy. Cause all of them, they gonna figure a way to get in here. They gonna figure out a way to get here, buddy. I'm telling you, they gonna figure out a way to get up in here. Cause they know once they get here, man, and they start dropping them babies, you know, they got a shot. They got a shot, and that's the plan. Make as many babies as you can as fast as you can. And that's, you know, unfortunately, that's what they're doing. So that's the whole immigrant issue. That's why people have a problem with immigrants. Because they see the kids coming. They see them babies coming, man. You know, every time. That's why they flooding it with them kids, man. Because that's what they do. See, once they get them in here, they get them in. You know, and pretty soon, you know, you're going to have a browning of America. Because white men are turning on each other. You know, they pleasing each other. So the white woman, she can't depend on a white man no more to mate. She got to go to another race. And that's what the problem is. And because the white gene is the least effective gene, and it's not going, you know. See, you can't. In other words, let me say this. How can I say this? Um, I figured I know what I want to say, but I don't have the words for it right now. I keep talking, it'll come to me. But these are some things, man, that we don't want to talk about. This is a reality, and when you start talking about it, people want to label you racist. When you honestly sit down and say, a lot of this immigrant, and see, truth be told, immigrants have America by the balls right now. The immigrants have America by the balls right now. If immigrants would pool their money together and go on strike, the American economy would collapse. If the immigrants went on strike across the United States of America, our economy would collapse, because the majority of the workers that we depend on are immigrants. We don't realize that, man. That's the majority of our labor force. It's immigrants. And if they ever came together and got wise, man, they could bring America to its knees. And there's nothing we could do. That's why we got so much chaos, man. That's why we got so much confusion. That's why we fighting each other. Because as long as we doing that, we can't see what our strengths are. You see, we can't even, discuss what we're capable of doing as a people, because we're too busy fighting each other. And it's sad, man, that it's so bad. This is how they treat us. We become so bad that we have a problem with people profiting off something positive. That's how bad we've become with each other. That's a problem, man. We look at people with suspicion because they're trying to profit financially off something positive. Think about that. We frown on that. We look down on that for something positive. But yet you can become a hero doing something stupid. You can get street cred going to jail. But you can't get street cred for doing it right. You can't get street cred for that. You can only get street cred when you go to jail. So you have to be in the criminal justice system in order for them to respect you. They're not going to respect you if you haven't been in the system. See, that's how jacked up our community is. See, our priorities are all screwed up. That's what the problem is. Our priorities are screwed up. And then when you try to highlight that, when you start talking about that, see, then you're a coon. You're an Uncle Tom. See, you're doing the white man's bidding. When you start talking about the deficiencies that we face in the black community. We have our own issues, man, that we need to be trying to, and to be told, everybody get rich off us but us. Everybody get rich off the black dollar except black folk. You think I'm lying? See how long a black dollar stay in the black community? Seconds. A dollar lasts in the black community seconds, buddy. It'd be lucky if it make it seconds, cause if they know they getting it, they done already spent it, man. That's why white America is missing the greatest wealth transfer in the history of the world by not giving this group of black folk reparations. If they gave this group of black people reparations, man, that money be spent. They not only would they spend that money, give it right back to them, but they'll go in debt, buying up a whole bunch of shit, cars, houses, you name it. They be getting it all right back in debt because they got a reparations check. See, that's what white America is missing out on right now by not giving this group of black people reparations. They missing a wealth transfer because they turn around and give it right back to them. I mean, it's just that simple because we are the consumers, man. We are the fuel for the economy. We keep stuff moving, cause you know we gotta see materialism is what dictate our status. You know what we can drive, where we can live. That determines our status, and most of us are not happy. You see, because once you get them expenses, you got to be able to keep it up. And a lot of people are doing any and everything, man, to keep up the expenses. You know, what's going on? Just come on in and be quiet, okay? Come on in and be quiet. How you doing? Um, and that's what the problem is. So you see, listen, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people um, a lot of people don't know how to be honest with themselves. A lot of people don't know what it means to be real with themselves. And consequently, that's why a lot of them are depressed. That's why a lot of them suffer with anxiety. Because they're living somebody else's expectations. They're not living their expectations because they don't have the confidence to believe in themselves, to trust themselves. You'd be surprised right now how many people are suffering with insecurity. They're just not sure. They don't know which way to go. They don't know where to turn. They don't know what to do. Because when they've tried, they've always been beat down or discouraged. So we have a lot of that going on in the community, man. Where you know, people would just automatically put your idea down, put you down, talk about you, how crazy you are. And you got some people that will take that to heart, that will eventually start believing it. You tell them that enough, they'll start believing it. And they'll start second guessing themselves. That's why it's important for you to watch who you're around. You know, because you got some people that's always criticizing. Why you want to do that? Ain't nobody doing that. You're always coming up with something different. What if it don't work? They always got something negative to say against what your idea. That's the person you need to get away from. I don't care how much you like them. I don't care how special they are to you. That is the person you need to get away from. The one that's always putting down your idea. That's always discouraging, never got nothing positive to say about what you're doing. Always critical of what you're doing. And see, and you got to ask yourself, well, why would a person do something like that? Because they're jealous. Because they're jealous, man. Because you'd be surprised at how many people wish they had some self-initiative where they could just stand up and speak out and not be afraid. You'd be surprised at how many people wish they could just do that. That they can just stand out and be different and not care what people think. Not care what they look like. See, you'd be surprised how many people, I'm talking about people with money that wish they could do that. You see, so don't think that. First of all, you ain't by yourself. See, that's one of the mistakes a lot of people make is they think they're the only ones that's going through whatever crisis they having in their life. Ain't nobody never else ever experienced that. Ain't nobody else ever done that. And that's the biggest lie from the pit of hell. There are plenty of people that have had the experience going through the adversity, in some cases worse. You ever be out, man, and sometimes see some people who got limbs amputated, or might be on a crutch and have a leg that's been amputated. You ever thought about how that changed their life? Man, you wake up one day and you realize you got to lose a part of your leg, a part of your arm. You ever thought about how you would feel with that kind of news? You gonna lose a part of your limbs. Yeah, think about the impact that would have on you as a person, because surely you gonna have some. Why me? Why this had to happen to me? I'm sure you're gonna have to deal with some of that. I'm sure you're gonna have to deal with some self-pity. When a tragedy, something like that, and these are the things people take for granted. We take those things for granted. Like it can't happen to none of us or some of our loved ones or some of our friends. And tragedy can strike just like that. Just like that, man. Tragedy can hit and be devastating and change your life forever. Forever, man. And we take so much for granted. You know how many people walk out their house and say, "I'll be right back," and never come back? Never make it back, man. They go out in their slippers and never make it back. Never make it back because you take it for granted. And this is one of the things in life right now. A lot of people take it for granted. A lot of people taking life for granted, man. They think it's a given that they gonna be able to do whatever it is they think they gonna do. It's a given. Look how many people that are planning, make these plans and go on vacations, and ended up that's the last vacation they take. something happened, some tragedy happened, and you didn't think that when you was going there, when you was making plans, that I'm gonna get killed on this. This is when I'm gonna die. You ain't thinking like that. You thinking, man, I'm going to have me some fun. The last thing you thinking about is something happening to you. See, because we take it for granted that we're going to be able to go and come as we please. And see, and this is the mistake a lot of Christians are making. They live in any kind of way they want to, how they want to, when they want to, and they expect for God to be there whenever they need him. Because they live in any way they want to live. And their name is written in the Lamb's Book of Life. So because my name is written in the Lamb's Book of Life, I can call on God and he gonna answer me. And God said, no, I won't. Now, you can keep believing it if you want to. You're sadly mistaken. Because God said he will laugh at your calamity. When he tried to correct you and you don't want to accept his discipline, and when fear and calamity suddenly come upon you, he gonna laugh at you. Oh, true conductor. God ain't never said nothing like that. Oh, really? Well, let me read it to you. I'm gonna read it to you so you won't think I'm telling you a lie. Okay? See, this is why it's important, man. How you live. How you live is important. This is Proverbs chapter 1. I'm gonna start at verse 20. Wisdom call aloud outside. She raises her voice in the open squares. She cries out in the chief concourses, at the openings of the gates in the city. She speaks her words. How long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity? For scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn at my rebuke. Surely I will pour out my spirit on you. I will make my words known to you. Because I have called you and you refuse, I have stretched out my hand and no one regarded. Because you disdain all my counsel and would have none of my rebuke, I will laugh at your calamity. I will mock you when your terror comes. When your terror comes like a storm and your destruction comes like a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, then they will call upon me, but I will not answer. They will seek me diligently, but they will not find me, because they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. See, everybody's sitting there talking about, God is going to answer. Man, if God is saying, man, I tried to correct you. I tried to show you the way. And you still wouldn't listen. And you still compromise. And now that you're in distress, you want me... Okay. All right. Let me show you something. See, that's come from living wrong. Okay? That's living wrong. Right there. Let me show you something. I didn't plan for this, but it is what it is. Come on here. Here we go. Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this. This is Isaiah. Chapter 58. I'm going to start at verse 6. Is this not the fast that I have chosen? To loose the bonds of wickedness, to undo the heavy burdens, to let the oppressed go free, that you break every yoke? Is it not to share your bread with the hungry, and that you bring to your house the poor who are cast out? When you see the naked, that you cover him, and not hide yourself from your own flesh, that's your family, okay? Then you'll light, shall break forth like the morning. Your healing shall spring forth speedily, and your righteousness shall go before you. The glory of the Lord shall be your rear guard. Then you shall call, and the Lord will answer. You shall cry, and he shall say, here I am. See, that's when you living right, man. When you living right. When you doing right. When you treating people right. See, you can call on God, and he gonna say, here I am. But if he's trying to rebuke you, if he's trying to correct you, if he's trying to show you the way, and you still want to be stuck in the way you want to do it, then you're going to have some terror going to come upon you, and you're going to call on him, and he's going to say, but why you calling on me now? When I was trying to get your attention, you ain't want to have nothing to do with me. Now that you need my attention, you think, all right, let's case in point. See, and this ain't something I'm saying, but let's look at this boy that got killed down in Memphis, that got beat by the 5 cops. You don't think he called on God? I mean, think about that for 1 minute, man. Then you shall call, and the Lord will answer. You shall cry, and he shall say, here I am. You don't think that boy cried out for God? Think about that for 1 minute. You don't think he cried out? And God didn't answer? You don't think he cried out? How long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity? For scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn at my rebuke. Surely I will pour my spirit out on you. I will make my words known to you. Because I have called, and you refuse. I've stretched out my hand, and no one regarded. Because you disdain all my counsel, and would have none of my rebuke, and never got home. He went out and never made it back home. Never made it back home, man. See, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Sometimes we take something that simple for granted. See, we take that for granted, man. Oh, I'm just gonna run right down here to the store, not realizing what's on our path, man. What danger awaits us. See, we a lot of us don't even think about danger when we walk out our door. That's the last thing we think. Oh, our mind is on getting to work, or going wherever you want to go. I bet you, I got 8 people up in here right now. I bet you, 8 of y'all, all 8 of y'all, don't ask God for protection as you walk out your door. I bet you all 8 of y'all don't do it. When you walk out your door, Lord, thank you for safe passage for me, my children, my grandchildren, my wife and her family. Give us favor over any unfavorable situation. See, that's my prayer. Every day I walk out my door. Every day I walk out my door, man. Every day I walk out this hotel room. Lord, thank you for safe passage for me, my children, my grandchildren, my wife and her family. Give us favor over any unfavorable situation. Every day I walk out of the door. That's my prayer. I don't take that for granted, man. You know, because I done seen too many people crying. You know, like when that guy was shooting up Michigan State. My daughter called me up, Daddy. You know, they shooting up Michigan. Somebody got some kids done got killed at Michigan State. And Jeremiah told me to tell you, and she broke down And so I said, wait a minute, girl. Ho. Stop that. This ain't the time to break down. This ain't the time for you to panic. This ain't the time. You pray over that boy. And you keep eyes on what they doing and what they telling you. It ain't time for you to get emotional now. See, you do that when all of this is over. Then you can cry and you can do all that. But when you going through the storm, man, that's when you got to pay attention. That's when you got to be alert. See, and that's what they want you to do, man. They want you to panic. They want you to be concerned about what's happening and what's going on and all of the anxiety. They want that, man. And y'all giving it to them. You're giving it to them on a silver platter. You're giving it to them on a silver platter, man. And all they doing is getting richer. And we killing each other like flies, man. And they getting richer. And we killing each other because we disagree. That's how bad this is. See, the disagreement now among Americans is deadly. They're killing each other, man. And you know, isn't it interesting? And ain't nobody beat my door down. Say, man, let's get this message out here. You got folk killing each other because they disagreeing. But nah. Now you too positive of an example. See, we can't control you. We let you in now. We let you in. You ain't gonna be. We can't control you. See, your ears ain't pierced. you notice all of the brothers that they let in the door that's in, man, they got their ears pierced. See, my ears ain't pierced. What? True conductor, what you talking about? Let me show you. That's in Exodus. Hold on a second. Let me find this. Let me find this scripture for you. That's in Exodus. And I want to say Exodus. Exodus. Hold on. Let me see. I'll be with y'all. Just I'm trying to go off of memory here now. Let me see if this is what I want. No, hold on. I know it's in Exodus, something 19. Let me see what it is. Okay, it's 21. Let's see, chapter 21. Oh, here it is right here. Here it is right here. This is 21. This is the 21st chapter of Exodus. And I'm going to start at verse 5. Listen to this. But if the servant plainly says, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out free. Then his master shall bring him to the judges. He shall also bring him to the door, or to the doorpost, and his master shall pierce his ear with an awl, and he shall serve him forever. You pierce your ears, man. You're a slave forever. Let me say that again. When you pierce your ears, you're a slave forever. Forever. I didn't say that. That's what's in the Bible. And see, and we've made that fashion. We made that a positive. That's a negative. That has been turned around to be presented as a positive. And a lot of these young boys don't realize, man, when you get your ears pierced, you're a slave forever. And they know the meaning of that. You know, see, y'all think that the system is not smart. See, Uncle Tom on the Underground Railroad, if you thought that was a snitch or an informant, you get left behind, man. On the Underground Railroad, Uncle Tom meant brave warrior. That was the code for Uncle Tom. And look how society has turned around and twisted the meaning of Uncle Tom. That it's a coon. It's a snitch. You know, it's a buffoon. And on the Underground Railroad, Uncle Tom meant brave warrior. You see how they're different? You see how they flip the script? And the same thing is with earrings, man. When you get your ears pierced, you're saying, man, I ain't trying to go free. I want to be in the system forever. That's the sign. And look at all of these athletes, all of these entertainers, what they got, pierced ears. Look at them football players, man. Look at all them athletes. One thing they got in common, pierced ears. From Michael Jordan on down. Michael Jordan got pierced ears. And what is Michael Jordan? A team player. Michael Jordan ain't gonna rock no boat. He ain't gonna rock no boat, man. He's a team player. He ain't gonna stand up for nothing. Because he's a team player. And saying y'all don't realize, y'all don't see that. So it's really by design. Really, very rarely do you see a black man in front of you that ain't got his ears pierced. Very rare. And y'all don't even pay attention to that. For some of y'all, that ain't even important. Man, in fact, I just put a new wrinkle on some of y'all brain because some of y'all ain't never heard that. Ain't nobody ever showed you that in the Bible. What the man say? Well, I don't want to leave. I'm satisfied being where I am. Come here, let me put it. This is how I'm going to know you. I'm going to have to pierce your ear. Because when you walk around with a pierced ear, I know that's mine right there. I got him. Now he's with me. Because he got his ears pierced. There was a story in the Bible where this guy was going to go and fight. And he had like 30,000 men. And God said, that's too many. And he said, we gotta whittle them down. And finally it came down to how they drank water. He brought the men to a creek. He said, now, all them that get down on their fours and drink some water, them the ones you don't need. But them that get scooped down with their hand and get water, and they still paying attention, them the ones and you went from 30,000 down to about 300. See, because everybody that's with you, man, ain't with you. Everybody with you ain't watching. A lot of people just come along for the ride, for the benefits, for the perks. See, of what they gonna get just from hanging around you, because you're such a generous person. You see, so they gonna stick around you, because they know they gonna enjoy something, because you always treating people. You see, and then now you got what you call groupies. I told you, hey man, I'm 70 years old. I got all the friends I need. I ain't looking for no new friends. I don't want no new friends. I'm too old for some new friends. I'm telling you that now. I'm too old for some damn new friends. So don't come running up in my face talking about, you want to be friends. You want to get to know me. I ain't interested in that. I got other things I got to do. So and that's more important than trying to develop a friendship. Is what, man. I know a girl. We kind of had a little fling back in the day, and I always try to be a friend. That's one person that could yeah, I do, yes, but that's the one person that could call me any time of night, and I would get up out of my bed and go see what was going on. And she had this house that she was trying to sell, and let me tell the story. And I would meet her and go and try to help. Do this. This went on for a few months. Finally, she got finished with the project, and she said, "Come by my house." And man, it really, really, really kind of disturbed me, because I'm thinking, I've been knowing this person almost 40 years. And I never would have thought that they would take me for granted like that. Came home, went to sleep, and had a dream about her. And we was in a room, and she was talking to her girlfriend, and she said, "I can't stand that Don Folden. Because he never would, he always rejected me. I was never good enough for him." And I'm like, "Hey, listen, whoa, it's me. It's me. It's me. What are you saying? It's me." And I woke up. And so she called me up and said, I wanna give you a ticket. If you want to go to the Philippines, let me know. I said, "No, thank you." And I told her, I said, all these years, man, I've been trying to be your friend. And you've been hung up because we wasn't in a relationship. And that was been your hang up. Because we could never get in a relationship. You've been doing this all these years as payback. And I said, it hurts my heart, but just leave me alone. I don't want nothing from you. And you're the only person, man, that could call me anytime, day or night, and I get up out of my bed. And you got to hang up because we weren't in a relationship. And all these years, I've been trying to be your friend. And you took that for granted. Because you mad because we weren't in a relationship. Ain't that some crap? And that's how people do you, man. That broke my heart, boy. Because I thought if nothing else, man, this was my friend. Almost 40 years. I'm thinking, and she hung up because we couldn't get in a relationship. That was her hang up. That was her hang up. And that's why she kept me around. Almost like it's supposed to be punishing me. And I was like, man, I tried to be your friend. But you didn't appreciate that. So, it is what it is. And I left it alone. And here's the weird part. When I told her what I thought, she didn't dispute it. She didn't say, what you talking about, boy? She didn't dispute it. Didn't say a word. That's how I knew I was telling the truth. She never even challenged it. Never challenged it. Because if somebody telling you something and it ain't true, you're going to say, no, man, what you talking about? That's just far from the truth as it's going to be. But when somebody tell you the truth, and you don't, that's how you know. Because it's second nature, man. When somebody say something, accuse you of something that ain't true, that you're going to say, no, that's not true. You ain't gonna let somebody just say something to you and you're not, no, that's not true. Because you're going to defend you automatically, man. It's almost like a muscle memory. You're automatically going, just, no, that's not true. You're going to respond to it some kind of way. That's not true. At least I would. If somebody was saying something, no, that's not true. And if you tell them the truth, I say, man, you got me. That's you 100%. You're on the money. But if you're wrong, I'm gonna let you know you're wrong. All right. Hey man, thank y'all for I enjoy this. I like to sit down and just share some common sense with people. It's right now. You got a lot of people sitting on the sidelines watching, but this is what they want: straight talk. A lot of people right now looking for straight talk, man. They're tired of people, saying one thing meaning something else. And I think people are gonna have an appreciation for somebody that can talk to them real, that can talk to them straight, that ain't gonna pull no punches with them. See, because when somebody's talking to you straight, see, they ain't taking away your options. When somebody lied to you, they take away your options. But when they telling you straight, you got your options, because you can either accept it or reject it. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I mean, think about it. When somebody lied to you, they don't give you an option, because you got to go along with their lie. You got to accept it. So they take away an option for you. But when they tell you the truth, so you can decide whether you want to accept or reject that truth. But when somebody lied to you, you can't reject a lie, man. You accept it. So they took away your ability to choose. Because if they had told you the truth, you might would have said no. So they take away that ability for you to say no. And they, sensationalize it. Put a little yeast on it. Make it more than what it really is. And this is what you'll find. I'm seeing now, they got another congressperson in Congress that's done lied about, the resume. They done lied. And ask yourself, man, if you can lie and get elected to Congress, how come you can't come out here and be positive and benefit from it? I mean, think about that. You can lie and get elected to Congress, but you come out truthfully, you end up in a hotel. This is where you come out dealing with the truth, man. This is where you end up right here. Okay, this how you end up being truthful and honest. You know, and who wants to end up this way? Don't nobody want to end up like this, man. Don't nobody want to have to endure this just to be positive. Because the first thing they're going to tell you, man, that ain't worth it. It's not even worth the hassle for me to want to do this. You see? And that's what these young kids are looking at. Man, they follow the money. And right now, the money is on the other side, the negative side. The minute the money comes onto the positive, watch and see how everybody gonna jump up and being positive. Everybody gonna want to be a coach. Watch, it's coming. I'm telling you, it's coming. Everybody and their mama gonna want to be a coach. And let me show you something. All these reality shows where they show you where people supposed to be going through these lifestyle. Man, that's some bullshit. They getting paid. They getting paid to act homeless. They ain't actually home. See, this is in real time. You don't see no other cameras around me. Ain't nobody paying me to go through this. But when you start getting all these different angles, when you see a situation and it's edited, where you start seeing different angles of what, man, that stuff is staged. That's how they got them different angles. It's staged. And they got you thinking it's real. You know? And this is how they do it. This is what they're able to get away with. And, you know, we go along with it. We accept it. You see? And all I'm saying is, man, you know, if you're going to be something, be yourself. See, when you be yourself, you ain't got to worry about being nobody else. You ain't got to worry about when you be yourself, somebody coming and saying, you said one thing, or you said this. See, when you be yourself, you can defend yourself. Glory to God. Because you're honest with yourself. See, when you be yourself, you can defend yourself. Because you're honest with yourself. See, no matter what people try to throw up in your face and say what you said, see, you can defend that. See, because if somebody bring up into your face that something you said, then my question would be, well, am I not entitled to have my own opinion? What's wrong with me having my own opinion? Even if it disagrees, you entitled to have your opinion. Am I not entitled to have my opinion? Well, if I'm entitled to have my opinion, why am I wrong? Because I disagree with you. And yet you're entitled to have your opinion, and because I don't go along with your opinion, I'm wrong. Something's wrong with that picture. Something's wrong with that picture. I'm not wrong because I don't go along with your opinion. I might not agree with your opinion. And at the end of the day, see, when I close my eyes, it's going to be how I live, not how you live. When you close your eyes, it's going to be how you live, not how I live. And this is what people are getting confused. You ain't got to argue with nobody. You ain't got to fuss and fight and be mad with somebody. Because they're going to have to account for that. When they close their eyes, they got to live with that. Why are you upset if they don't accept what you're trying to tell them? You did your job. You told them. You informed them. If they didn't want to receive it, there's nothing you can do about that. You can't make them. And we got so many people right now upset because somebody don't want to take their advice. Somebody won't accept their opinion. Your opinion might not work for me. You ever thought about that? It might not work for me. How you do it might not work for me. How you do it works for you. Might not work for me. Like how I do it might not work for you. That's why you don't worry about people trying to steal your ideas. Don't worry about that stuff, man. Because if an idea come to you, the anointing is with you. They can steal the idea all they want. They can't steal the anointing of the idea. The anointing of the idea is with you. And see, and God ain't gonna bless wrong. And then what they think they stealing for you could be the very thing that destroyed them. Because the idea ain't gonna grow. They don't know what to do with it. See, when you embrace an idea, man, that idea is gonna tell you how to show you different phases of what to do, how to expand it, how to make it grow. That's what you gonna start seeing. See, can't nobody steal that. Can't nobody steal the way an idea. If an idea come to you, man, that anointing of that idea was with you. Now you can give it away, but can't nobody steal it. And you got so many people worried about somebody stealing their ideas that they just procrastinate. They don't even try no more. Because they worried about what somebody gonna steal. And because the idea gonna come to you in finished form, see, even you gonna have to discover where the pitfalls are, where the hazards are, where the roadblocks are. See, you got to discover that. And when somebody steal your idea, see, they stealing the roadblocks, the hazards, the all of the other adversity that go, because when they start running into it, because they ain't got no relationship with it. See, when you have a relationship with something, it's gonna talk to you. Let me say that again, man. When you have a relationship with ideas, they talk to you. They talk to you. When you have a relationship with music, it talks to you. When you have a relationship with food, with cooking, it talks to you. See, creative people know what I'm talking about. See, the people that work a job think I'm crazy. see, y'all that work a job think I'm crazy. But the creative person know exactly what I'm saying, man. Ideas will talk to you. Say, why don't you try this? And do it this way. Put this on. Ideas will talk to you. But most folk don't want to follow their intuition. Most folk ignore their intuition. They ignore it. They won't do it. Because it's not how it would work out in their mind. See that. Oh, thank you, Lord. See, let me give you an example. I got the idea to play other countries' national anthem in front of the White House. That idea is going to grow into something. It's just like a little baby right now, playing national anthems in front of the White House. That idea is going to grow into something. And I have no idea what it's going to grow into. It's just like your children. When they were born, all cute and cuddly, you didn't know what they was going to grow into be. All you can see, man, look at my little baby. Look at my daughter. Look at my son right here. Look at my newborn. You so proud of that newborn. That's an idea. That's an idea. And it's going to grow into something. That newborn is going to grow into something. And that's what people don't want to have the patience, man, to let the ideas grow. See, they try to rush it. You can't rush your ideas. You can't rush them. You can't rush them. You can't rush them. You see, and sometimes, it takes a while for it to, man. See, like people think I just came out here with my signs. Man, I started with my signs back when Comey was up on Capitol Hill. I think that was 2016. 17, 18, 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That's almost 8 years that I've been out here with my sign. And I started advertising my business. And y'all notice, so I told you, showed you the hate I got from that. Just and see, quiet, Scott, let me tell y'all something. There's a strong undercurrent right now against blackness. And people, and it's subtle. And it has to do with the anti-woke movement. It's anti-black. The anti-woke movement is anti-black. We not gonna promote something that where a black person seem like, even if they got the answer, they'd rather do without the answer than promote a black person, than to see a black person uplift themselves. This is just the way society is right now. Okay? And when you start highlighting that, see, you're racist. You see, you prejudice when you start highlighting this. But see, we as black people, there are certain rules that are just inherently passed down to us. Do's and don'ts. I mean, it's just automatically, you just know. You do this, you don't do this, or you don't do that, or you do this, or you don't do that. You know where the line. That's one of the things about coming out of the South, man. When you come out of the South, you know where the lines are. You know where the do not crosses are. Do not enter. You know where they are. Cause they ain't gonna pick no bones about letting you know. Don't come in here. But see, when they start going up north, see, you don't get those warnings. See, you don't see those lines. They'll surprise you with what you're doing here, who you know in here, and why you in here. See, that's how they'll do it up north. But down south, they tell you, hey boy, don't come in here. We don't want you in here. Get away from here. And that's what they tell you. Hey boy. And you can be a grown man. Hey boy. A youngster. Hey boy. And if you say something back, now you gotta fight. See, and we don't want to talk about how, we've been terrorized. See, we don't want to talk about that. How and was always at night. Ku Klux Klan, rarely did they ride in the daytime because they was recognizable. They did all their work at night because it's hard. See, you can recognize somebody's figure, their body in the daytime, even if it is covered. You familiar with the body shape. You see, but at night you can't pick all of it out. You can't be as detailed at night as you can in the daytime, and that's why they did all their terror at night, because people couldn't be as detailed on their identity as they could if they was out during the day. You see, and besides, they use the night as a cover. And that's just like when we escaped on the Underground Railroad. We use night as the cover. See, between the hours of midnight to 6, you got to be putting some distance between you and wherever you're trying to get away from. You got 6 hours, man, to hightail it, to get it going. You got a 6-hour lead. And then, and during the day, you're going to have to hide, because you can't be out on the street during the day, especially when you're trying to run away. Because now somebody can stop you and question you. Where you going? Who are you? Who you with? Who you belong to? So you got to hide until the night comes. And see, and let me show you how some of this work. You had some women that would put master to sleep so that slaves can escape. They go in there and they put him to sleep, screw his brains out, and let him go straight to sleep so slaves can escape. That's what you had, women that would do that. And that was one of the problems with slavery, is the owners, male and female, took enjoyed the pleasures of their slaves. See, that's another thing that we don't want to talk about. The sexual abuse that came with slavery. And there was plenty of sexual abuse that came with slavery. There's sexual abuse right now with immigrants. You got immigrant men and women, man, that are being taken advantage of because of their situation. And some of them are afraid to speak up. Some of them are afraid to say something. Men and women, children, being sexually abused, man. Because they're in a helpless situation. And those are the people that you take advantage of sexually. The ones that are in a helpless situation. Because you exploit it. And that happens in everyday life, man. You got, see, not only are they doing it to immigrants, but you got women out here that are being taken advantage of every day. Every day they're being taken advantage of. Some guy out here using and abusing in the bed. And just totally using them, exploiting them. And see, everybody can't handle that sex emotion. That's not something everybody can handle. Everybody can't handle good sex. Let me say that again. Everybody can't handle good sex. See, good sex turn people into stalkers. Good sex can turn people into killers. See, that's what good sex can do. Good sex can make somebody kill you. Because if they can't have you, ain't nobody else gonna get you. And they rather see you dead than somebody else to enjoy you. That's what good sex can do to you. You don't think some of these men that's out here with ambushing these women, you don't think sex was involved? See, 9 times out of 10, when you see a man retaliate on a woman, it's because he jealous. She done gave him something he can't handle. And it make you do stupid stuff. You got a lot of men out here, man, that they just can't handle no good. They insecure. They just insecure. And not only are adults going through this, but these young kids are experiencing the same thing. They experiencing the same thing. And the truth be told, man, you'd be surprised at how many adults are out here exploiting some of these young teenagers, some of these young college students. Got adults. Go to OnlyFans, man. Go to OnlyFans. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I have a friend, God rest her soul, whose husband was jealous like that. And told her, if I can't have you, can't nobody have you. And he tricked her over to his grandmother's house and shot her, man, point blank range twice with a shotgun. Because he said, if I can't have you, can't nobody have you. And you know, that's possessive, man. When somebody gonna kill you because they don't want nobody else to enjoy you. They don't want nobody else to be around you. They don't want nobody else touching you. And they rather kill you than to let somebody else enjoy you, than let you be happy. They rather kill you than to see you happy. I mean, think about that, man. Think about how insecure, how bad off a person gonna have to be when they rather kill you than to see you happy. And a lot of folk playing with it, man. A lot of folk playing with it. A lot of folk, that's some energy that is not to be played with. That's the most powerful energy on the face of the earth. Let me say that again. That sex energy is the most powerful energy on the face of the earth. There's no energy more powerful than that sexual energy. Why you say that, true conductor? Because if we are created in the image of God, look at the tool we use to do it. Sex. With sex, you create the image of God. Think about that, man. That's some powerful stuff right there, buddy. That ain't nothing to play with. And you got so many people that's abusing it, misusing it, and they wondering why they having all these problems. See, you know, you can only get away with so much abuse. Let me say that again. You can only get away with so much abuse. Sooner or later, that abuse is going to catch up with you. Sooner or later, it's going to catch up with you. And usually, when you least expect it. So you got people out here that with all these different appetites for all these different things. See, ain't no such thing as normal. No. Normal for most people is boring now. You got to come in with your cape on. You got to have your big S on your chest with your cape on. You can't come here normal no more. What? You normal? No, I don't want that. No, no. Give me some freaky stuff. Yeah, okay. All right, you get your freaky stuff. Get your freaky stuff. Enjoy your freaky stuff. And see where that'll lead you. Yeah, ring that bell. Bing, 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 bing. I promise y'all. I promise y'all. I promise you. I promise you this. Man, when I see my wife, I'm going to go live for y'all. And I'm going to go bing, 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 bing. Hey y'all, you won't see me for a few days because I'm gonna be bing 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 bing. I gotta ring some bell, man. I gotta ring this bell. I gotta make up. I got 4 years. I got to catch up. I ain't got time to be wasting my energy on nobody else. See, that's what women don't understand, man. I got 4 years that I gotta make up with my wife. How you think I'm gonna have time for you? And I owe her 4 years. I owe her 4 years, and I'm 70, so it ain't like when I was in my 20s and 30s. I was hanging from the chandelier and shit all night long. I can't do that all night long shit no more. No, I can't do that no more, man. Now I had some woman today text my phone. Is this so and so and so? I'm like, come on, man. Let me block your ass. Hello. Yeah, hello. How you doing? What's up? Is this so and so and so? I haven't contacted you, man. I blocked that. Block that shit. No, it ain't me. No, this ain't me. Block that. I don't need that foolishness in my life. No, she gonna have a big smile on her face, man. She ain't gonna go deaf. She gonna be smiling, buddy. She gonna have a big smile on her face. Yes, sir, buddy. Oh man, I can't wait for that moment, man. I can't. I mean. Imagine, man. Think about this, y'all. Think about this. It's got to be a special feeling to be able to make love to your significant other debt free. Think about that, man. Some debt free sex. When you can get up and say, man, I think I'll go over to Paris. Let me go over there and have lunch. Call up the plane. Hey, let's go to Paris. I want to have lunch today in Paris. Let me go down to the Bahamas, or Virgin Islands. And it ain't no problem. Think about that, man. Think about that sex. Think about what kind of freedom that is, man. That you ain't got to worry, man. You ain't got to worry about nothing. Nothing. You ain't got to worry about a thing. All your needs met. And you can be a blessing. Think about what you got. Man, think about that power that you'll be possessing. Just think about that, man. The influence. When you walk into a place, people know who you are. They know who you are when you walk in a place and give you your space. You know? It's got to be the best feeling in the world, man. And a lot of us don't even dream. We don't even think that we could ever get to that moment. Well, we can be debt free, man. That's what I want to enjoy, man. I want to enjoy some debt free sex with my wife. That's what I want to experience. Some debt free. I'm talking about debt free sex. I ain't got to worry about nothing. You know, as a matter of fact, while I'm screwing, money just get the account, ding, 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 money just coming in, still coming in. You know, I can just look at the phone. Oh, okay, 10 billion, not bad. Can you imagine that, man? I mean, I see, and most folk would say, man, you crazy. But the Bible say, by the increase of your lips, your belly shall be filled. So when you say, man, I'm debt free, I have more money than I'll ever need. That's the fruit of your lips that's coming out. And in the Bible say, if from the increase of your lips, your belly shall be filled. So that means you'll have what you say. But most of us don't have the patience to see the manifestation, because we want it just like that. See, most of us want our manifestation just like that. That's how we want it, just like that, man. You know, it's got to present itself immediately. It can't take its time. It's got to hurry up, and that's where we lose our patience. That's where, you know, we get discouraged and we start second guessing. Does this really work? Man, keep trying. Keep putting it out there. And eventually you're going to see a difference. Listen, I'm telling y'all, a change is coming. A change is coming. I can feel the change. A change is coming. People are now seeing that being positive, doing positive things, that you should be able to profit from being positive. You should be able to you should be able to benefit from being positive. People are seeing that now, and it's gonna catch on, man. I'm telling you, watch. It's gonna catch on. But know one thing though. This is what I want you to know. Don't be afraid of your ideas, man. And your idea is just a little baby. It's gonna grow into something. You know, and see, when we grow into adults, we produce other children. See, that's what an idea is gonna do. That idea is going to grow into something, and then it's going to produce other ideas. It's going to have offsprings. See, that's why it's important for you to brace your ideas, because the offsprings come with ideas. Other ideas come with ideas. See, and when you start embracing them and you start nurturing them and you start maturing them, then they're going to start presenting themselves, because they know you will give them the attention that they're looking for. Ideas are very possessive and jealous, man. When they come to you, they want your attention. And this is what most folk run from, giving their ideas some attention. They don't want to do that. They haul off and run, because they count themselves out by what they see, what they have. Not taking a step, man. Look behind that door. See what's back there. You might be surprised. All right? I see